So hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session on Introduction to Marketing Management. The session is being jointly conducted by Consult Club IIT Bombay, as well as Marktrix, the marketing club of SJM SOM IIT Bombay. The speaker of today's session is Omkar Kate, currently a student of SOM. He has great interest as well as vast experience in the domain of marketing management and will be taking things up from the very basics to guide you through today's session. Without any further delay, I'll hand over the session to Omkar.
So, hello everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, Omkar, you're audible.
Okay. So, as he told, I'm Omkar Kate. I'm a second year MBA student, and today I'll try to just give you a glimpse about marketing. Marketing is a huge subject, and it's not possible to cover it completely in just in about 1 hour. But I'll try to cover as much as aspects about it as possible, and mostly I'll try to cover about advertising. So moving to the presentation. So whenever we think about sales and marketing, the first question that we have in our mind is we imagine about the interviews and where they tell us to sell a pen. So what comes first to your mind when someone asks you to sell a pen? So can someone respond?
Guys, you can put your answers in the chat box. Or Omkar, would you like them to unmute? Are you seeing the
Yeah,
chat?
they can unmute and interact.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. So I can create a need of a pen. I can create a need of a pen. Then
Hmm. So that's right. Generally, you must first create the need for the pen, because generally whenever you see people if some of you have seen the movie Rocket Singh, so in that whenever people ask to sell a pen, so they start immediately telling about what are the aspects of the pen, how beautiful it is, or how well it can write, but nobody asks the first basic question that sir, do you need the pen? So first of all, you should ask that question, that whether you need the pen, and that's the basic motto of marketing. That marketing should be customer oriented rather than pushing the product. You should pull the customer according to his need towards you, and from that we'll come towards what is marketing. So what is your idea about marketing? Can someone respond that what do you think is marketing? Any basic answer will there is no right or wrong answer.
Yes, I would like to say. Should I?
Yes, yes, sure.
Yes.
Yes.
So first you.
Raise your
So
hand
first.
and then we'll unmute you.
Okay. So
No, no.
first you. I think your voice is breaking. Okay. So first you analyze the need of the general public. Like so, marketing comes from market, where you sell things, and first to sell your things, you need to know the need of the.
I think the voice stops. So what you all can do is that just write the answers in the chat box instead. I think it will be more convenient for everyone. Okay.
Yeah, that will be fine. Okay, so for the interest of time, I'll just answer this question myself. So there may be many theoretical definitions about marketing, and many people have different definitions. Like American Marketing Association has a different definition, and maybe Indian Marketing Association has a different definition. But as per my experience, I'll give you a straightforward definition, which is marketing is just basically the driving forces. Sales and marketing are just the driving forces of any organization's top and bottom line, that is revenue and profits. So any organization's revenue and profits are driven by the marketing and sales activities. So but let us imagine a world where all people are rational in decision making and are omniscient, that is they know everything about every product and its aspect. So in this case, like people will be able to identify their own needs, as well as they will be able to locate which product they exactly want, and they will be able to purchase it. So will sales and marketing be needed in such a world? You can reply it here in the chat box. So that's right. So Pragyesh has given the Pragyesh, Sarah, and all. You are giving the right answer actually. So we cannot do marketing in such a world because where people are rational and omniscient, it will be quite difficult to do marketing or sales, because sales and marketing are the subjects which are used in a real world where people are not rational. They don't know exactly about what exactly they need, and they don't know what exact products are available in the world or in the market. And that's where the sales and marketing can play with the behavior or the mentality of the people and make them buy the things which will lead to finally companies revenues and profits. So let me ask you a basic question. So read this question, where 600 people are affected by a deadly virus, and as a manager of pharma company that is combating the disease, you can choose between one of the two vaccines for the release. So first is vaccine A, which can save 200 lives, and second is vaccine B, which has 1/3 chance that 600 lives will be saved, all 600 lives will be saved, or 2/3 chance that no one will be saved. So just you can raise the hand. So who wants to use vaccine A? Okay, and who wants to use vaccine B? Fine. So now we'll move to the next question. So now again, there will be a same, this is the same scenario where 600 people are affected by deadly virus, and you have to choose between two viruses, two vaccines. But here again, the two vaccines are given, but the situation is that by vaccine A in this situation, 400 people will die, definitely die. And in situation B or the vaccine B, there is 1/3 chance that no one will die and 2/3 chance that 600 people will die. So which vaccine, like who wants to choose vaccine A? Please raise your hands. And who wants to choose vaccine B? Right. So as you can see, for both of these questions, so both the vaccines are same, both the questions are same, but just there is a framing effect, as Prajwal is saying in chat. So that the matter that how you present the things to public matter. So here we have seen, we have given this solution or the options in a optimistic way. Here we have given it in a pessimistic way. And generally people have tendency to avoid the loss. So in case of those people who are under the property of loss aversion of the behavioral aspect, they choose different vaccines in both of these cases. So that is the power of loss aversion. So this is used a lot by many brands to exploit the customers and to sell them many things. Like you can see here in this slide of where the Amazon has given the timeline for each of the product that for the offer. So from that it creates a sense of urgency among the customers, and it makes them to buy the things quickly, so that to avoid the loss or to avoid the loss of getting a higher price product or the expensive product. So this is how the loss aversion aspect of behavior is chosen. Moving on to the next slide, we have the next aspect of behavior, which is called power of free. So you know all these tricks. So like Subway, here the example is of Subway, where they give you the buy one get one free. They can simply say that buy two and get 50% discount, but they actually say that buy one get one free, and that free word creates intrigue or an excitement in the minds of customers. So the next aspect is just a minute, the slide is loading. Okay, so the next aspect is of social proof. So here, as you can see in the two options where the I'm getting the message that I should go slow. Okay. So are people catching up to this slide of social proof?
I think it was just related to the pace of like your voice going over the network. So just like speak slowly because several people are having network issues. That's all.
Okay, okay, sure.
Yeah, the content is reaching. Please continue.
So this is the concept of social proof in the behavior. So basically, you can see that we are here. The form is given for the donors. So to join the donor register. So this is a plain form. The image A is just a plain form, and image B has a line underneath it which says that every day thousands of people who see this page decide to register. So which image do you think will get the greater response? Naturally, image B will get a higher amount of response because it has the behavioral aspect of social proof joined with it. So with that, that is one aspect of behavior. Now we'll move to the next behavioral aspect, which is anchoring. So whenever a company gives multiple offers to the customers, you get the company gives a decoy offer first. So here you can see there is a pro offer which is for $99 per month. So this is the first most expensive and most undesirable offer is presented first, which will make the subsequent offers more desirable, and the customers will prefer more to choose one of those three. So the pro offer here is actually never intended to be encashed. If it is encashed, then it is good, but mostly it is just a decoy offer. The major focus is on the other three subsequent offers where the customers can choose one of them and get the revenue for the company going. So this is also an aspect through which the companies can make more sales. So now coming to behavioral aspect in sales. So in sales, we have a concept called objection handling. So earlier, before joining for MBA in IIT, I used to work in Siemens as a sales engineer, and I had to take appointments of my customers to visit them. So whenever I used to call them for an appointment, they generally used to avoid me because people have general tendency to avoid salespeople. So they used to just postpone the appointments or never used to give me a definite date for the appointment. So after that, I learned this technique of objection handling by which I began to ask them that, sir, do you want to meet me tomorrow morning in the first half or in the second half? Now, once I gave them the power of choice, then they began to feel like they are in control. And from that, they began to choose one of those halves. Like, okay, you can meet me tomorrow in the second half. Then I again used to filter it out. That, sir, okay, you want to meet in second half. Do you want to meet me at 4 p.m. or at 3 p.m.? So in that sort of way, I used to zero down on a definite time for an appointment on a definite date. Also, this objection handling technique is used by many salespeople for closing the sales call. So imagine that you are selling a car. So you are explaining everything to your customers about the car, the technical aspects, and all those things. And finally, you want to make a sales call, or you want to see whether the customer will buy, and you want to make a final call. But if you directly ask the customer that, sir, do you want to buy this car, or will you like to make payment? Then there is a threat or there is a risk that the customer may say no, and then all your efforts will directly go down the drain. So for that, in objection handling techniques, the salespeople ask this question in a different way. Like suppose we say that, sir, now that you have seen these cars, which color would you prefer more? So this is a mock closing. So in this, if the customer is really ready to buy the car, he will tell you a color. If he doesn't tell you a color, that means that he would have said no if you would have directly tried to close the call. So then again the salesperson goes over the technical aspects, and again he tries to convince the customer. If he says no to any color, and if he says yes to and chooses some color, then the salesperson will go ahead with the actual closing and close the call and make the payments and do the others procedure. So now we will see a basic marketing framework for any go-to-market strategy. Even in future, if you want to be an entrepreneur or a businessman, start your own business, then this framework will be very useful and is applicable to almost all the product in the world. So you start with the analysis of market. Whenever you want to get a product into market, you start with the analysis of the market. So first you analyze the 5 C's, which is the customers, company, competitors, collaborators, and context. So customers, you decide that which area are the customers located in, how many customers do you have, what is their population, and other aspects. You try to understand more about your company, your product, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. You do a SWOT analysis on the company. Then you do the same for the competitors. Then you also have collaborators. Collaborators are the companies or certain parties which don't directly compete with you. They may have their own interests, but their interests overlap with your interests, and because of that, your product is promoted along with their product. Like suppose you take a Boat earphones. So with the sale of any smartphone, like companies like Boat get an increase in their sales because people then buy their earphones to use with the smartphone. So for that, we can say that all the smartphone companies are collaborators for Boat company. Then given for the context, context is the background in which you are selling the product. So like for the vaccine, when you sell the vaccine, you can say that the context is behind the COVID pandemic, or for if you are selling some other things like a car or any like Cadbury celebrations pack. So the context is the festive context. So here you sell the celebration packs on the eve of festivals. So this is about the 5 C's. Moving forward, we have then we do the market segmentation. So basically we divide our customers into clusters. Like suppose say we have a population, we want to target the customers, we have a market in say Maharashtra or Mumbai. Then in Mumbai, we divide the customers into high income customers, mid income customers, and low income customers. After we divide these customers, then we target which customer segment do we want to focus on. So let's say I want to focus on the high income segment of the customer segment of Mumbai. And then we position our product or service, whatever we are offering, according to that segment. So let's say I am offering a beauty product. So then if I want to target high income customers, then I should make the packaging of the product or any kind of the product properties that I design for that product should be favorable to the high income population. Now coming to the next stage, which is the marketing mix or the 4 P's. So first of all, you go through the products and services. So you see that how your products and services will actually help the customers, how they go through the customer journey or the customer purchase journey. Then you decide a place or channel for that product. So like suppose let's again continue with the example of the beauty product. So you want to take that beauty product for the high income people in the high class malls or the expensive stores, and the store location should be in the high income suburbs of Mumbai or the premium suburbs of Mumbai, like South Bombay or other such places where high income people live in majority. So your products will be placed in those channels, or even, let's say even channel. So you can use many channels like television, radio, newspaper, social media, but which page are you exactly going to use? Suppose it is suppose you are providing a service regarding let's say job providing services. So then you can promote yourself more on LinkedIn rather than Facebook or Instagram. Or you can directly, if you are suppose selling some ice creams, or you are having a restaurant business, then you can promote yourself on Google via Google Ads. So that's how the channel depends. You decide the channel, you decide the place, then you decide how to promote it. Whether you are going to use ads or which kinds of ads you are going to use, and what kind of message are you going to pass on to your segments. And finally, you decide what will the price for your product. So even for pricing, there are many methods to decide the pricing. The first is like value pricing, other is like break-even point pricing. So in value pricing, you analyze, you do a customer research and analyze that how much exactly is customer willing to pay for your services and our product, and then decide the price. In other scenario, in break-even point, you decide that how your costs are covered and then price it. Okay, so I'm getting a communication that I should take there are some questions I didn't see in the chat. Just a minute. So I'll just explain this thing first. So once you decide the pricing, then there is customer acquisition and customer retention by you, and finally it leads to profit. So now I'll go to questions. So Yash has asked a question. Yash has asked that I have a doubt regarding free aspect. Okay, so it has been used many times that people are aware of the fact that it's, yeah, so free aspect, yes, is quite overused, so people generally don't use it, but still it was worth mentioning, because even now people go behind the free aspects. Like I hope that you must have availed for the Jio's free offer when they initially rolled out. So free, though it has been quite cliched aspect of marketing, but still it is somewhat useful. And even though people know that it is a marketing gimmick, but still people opt for that. Now Prajwal has asked it's regarding pricing, I guess. So yeah, so pricing does come under marketing. Yes. So I hope Prajwal, I have answered your question. I'll move ahead now. We are in the interest of time. So now people nowadays we use integrated marketing communication. So there is no particular channel for marketing. We use many mix of many things like public relations, social media, trade shows, direct marketing, web development, sales promotion, then special media events, advertising, and research and planning. So all these go together, and whatever is the optimum mix for that particular product and that particular customer segment is used. So now I'll move forward to the advertising concept. So food cone and building grid is one of the most basic what we can say framework for creating advertisements. So here they have divided the products. So any product can be located or can be mapped into this grid easy. So see, the first is like there are high involvement and high thinking products. There are low involvement, low thinking products. There are high involvement and high feeling products, and low involvement, low feeling products. So I'll go to each of these things by quadrant. So the first quadrant is about high involvement and high thinking. So for this, the ads need to be informative, because buyer is a thinker, and the products are generally cars or the furniture, housing. So let me show you an ad for this. Let me know if you can see the ad and hear the voice.
Yeah, it is visible and audible.
Okay.
The secret to any tasteful kitchen is, of course, quality ingredients. Start by measuring the space you want to fill. Select a nice, juicy rack cabinets and cut them into more manageable sizes. Pre-cut white shelves are both affordable and tasty, but a little marinade really brings out the flavour. If you like it hot, like me, add some red doors for that extra spice. For warm...
I guess the video and audio are not in sync. I'll just play the video again.
The secret to any tasteful kitchen is, of course, quality ingredients. Start by measuring the space you want to fill. Select a nice juicy rack of cabinets and cut them into more manageable sizes. Pre-cut white shelves are both affordable and tasty, but a little marinade really brings out the flavour. If you like it hot, like me, add some red doors for that extra spice. For warm lighting, you'll want to separate the white from the yellow. A bit of seasoning holds all the flavours together. And voila! Garnish with tea towels and remember to wash your hands before serving. Now, try your own recipe with our new customizable Method Kitchen. You'll find all the ingredients in the 2016 IKEA catalogue, or as I like to call it, the IKEA cookbook.
So that was the ad. I hope you liked it. So moving to the next quadrant. So this quadrant involves the products which have high involvement while purchasing and also the high feeling. So this has the affective attribute and the customer or the buyer is the feeler. So the products are generally jewelry, cosmetics, fashion goods. So like you may get any ads of the premium cosmetics like Dove shampoo. So it involves the feel. So that's why I won't show a video for this ad. So coming to the next quadrant. This is the third quadrant, which has products that have low involvement and low thinking. And generally, these products, like people don't think much while buying these products, but they are quite important in their daily lives. So they lead to habit formations. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, to interrupt. The slide was not visible earlier. Third quadrant. No, yeah, now it is visible. You can start.
Okay. So as I said that in third quadrant, the products that are involved have low thinking and low involvement of the buyers, but they are necessary for buyers like let's say newspaper or milk. So let's see an ad for that. So I think there will be a bit of lag in in the video and audio. Just please bear with it.
Stop the truck! Stop the truck! Thank you.
I think someone has raised their hand. So can you please unmute yourself and ask the doubt which you have? Okay, I'll move forward. So coming to fourth quadrant, the products here have low involvement and low feeling while for the buyers, but they give a kind of self-satisfaction to buyers. So these kind of products are cigarettes, candies, and I'll just show you one ad for that kind of product.
पल्स में छुपे टैंगीपन का हर कोई दीवाना। प्राण जाए पर पल्स न जाए।
So that was an example of the low involvement and low feeling product. Now, social media is one of the major channels through which current and today marketing is done. But while you are marketing via social media, you need to pick up viral trends and current events in focus to stay relevant to the customers. So I hope everyone must have seen this Kokila Ben video, the rap video of Kokila Ben, which was quite viral few months ago. So the brands picked this trend and created these ads. So Zomato, Parle-G, then Fasos, these brands are quite active on Twitter or social media, Instagram. So I recommend that you follow these brands because anytime anything important or viral happens, these brands do have some quirky tongue-in-cheek comment for this, like Dunzo. Even Dunzo is quite active. Just a minute, Dunzo ad is loading. So now I'll move ahead. So this is an ad on by Fevikwik on World Environment Day, where they say that पहले इस्तेमाल करें फिर इस्तेमाल करें, to just reiterate the importance of recycling and also promote their brand. Then in this last year during the lockdown, so Dunzo did these ads where uh, these are quite quirky ads which also promote the sanitation or the social distancing as well as hand washing and other refreshing habits which keep you clean. So like ये तो धोना ही था और पास जाने की जिद ना करो, छीको मगर फार से, या फिर छूना मना है. So these kinds of quirky ads were done during lockdown by Dunzo. Then there are also negative space ads. So can anyone mention in chat that which ad or which print ad is this regarding which brand? Yeah, so right, Prajwal is right. So it's regarding Coke. So this is a negative space ad. So where the brand doesn't actually show anything regarding even the logo, but just the shape of the brand or some characteristic, and by that the consumer is so acquainted with the brand that they immediately identify it. And these kinds of advertisings can be done when the brand is actually quite popular, like Coke. So now I'll tell you about the viral video of Rahul Bose and Burger King. So like almost 2 years ago, Rahul Bose made a viral video on about JW Marriott. So where he had received a banana for almost 442 rupees, 2 bananas. So I'll show you that video first.
So I'm shooting in Chandigarh and I'm staying at this beautiful suite at the JW Marriott, where they give you all these elegant freebies like these chocolate cookies and God knows how much these beautiful flowers must have cost. But get this, I was in the gym and I asked for 2 bananas while I was working out, and of course I got the bananas. Check the bill. They're just too good for me. Well done, JW Marriott Chandigarh.
So this video went quite viral, and after that, maybe JW Marriott may have apologized to this Rahul Bose. But after a year later, Burger King made quite a tongue-in-cheek ad using this viral video reference as a background. So let's see that ad.
Ah, thank you. So this is the paneer rice, right? This is really tasty. What's the price of this? What? This is 99 bucks? It's good value. I mean, I couldn't even finish this much. This is nice one. Well played.
So I hope you liked the take that Burger King had on this viral video. So then in advertising, we also come across buzz creation. So to stay relevant to customers, brands build a campaign around certain topic or certain issue, and that way they stay relevant or they stay in focus for customers. Like here is a Cheetos campaign.
I'm Madison Papel, owner of the Cheetos Abe Lincoln. You can see the two eyes there. And then right there, a little
There's a Cheetos museum. I know there is.
There's the little crown, her crown, and the torch. And the torch in front here, that's where her book would be.
I have Cheetos that look like King Tut, Cheetos Dolphin, Cheetos Eiffel Tower.
This is my favorite story of the day. How would you like to make money eating Cheetos?
Did you hear that Cheetos is offering $60,000 to anybody who finds a Cheeto that looks like somebody famous?
Your wacky, weird-shaped Cheeto can now earn you up to 60 grand.
Cheetos is calling on people to upload their pictures of Cheetos that are accidentally shaped like something else. The winner will get $10,000.
It's a boot.
Yes.
It's a Cheeto boot.
A Cheetos museum is giving away thousands of dollars. There is a Cheetos museum.
This guy decided that his Cheeto looked exactly like Harambe.
A Cheeto Harambe?
Sold on eBay for nearly $100,000.
So that was the buzz creational campaign by Cheetos. So moving to the new other advertisements. So there, the Lurpak, which was a butter brand of UK, also did an advertising campaign to improve or make themselves more relevant from the culture of British. But right now, due to the interest of time, I'll just skip that. So now in advertising, Old Spice. So Old Spice actually is a brand which is specifically targeted towards men. But here what happened is that when they initially tried to make ads that were targeted to men, they realized that sales were not increasing that much. And then after a research, they realized that ladies buy most of the things like perfumes for men, like girlfriends buy something for their boyfriends, or wives buy the perfume for their husbands. So they decided to target the females instead of males for their product. So here is an international Old Spice ad using the model Isia Mustafa.
Hello. Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me.
But if he stopped using lady-scented body wash and switched to Old Spice, he could smell like he's me. Look down, back up. Where are you? You're on a boat with the man your man could smell like. What's in your hand? Back at me. I have it. It's an oyster with 2 tickets to that thing you love. Look again. The tickets are now diamond. Anything is possible when your man smells like Old Spice and not a lady. I'm on a horse.
It's a pity that due to low network, you are not able to see the ads very properly. This is the last ad. So Old Spice decided to enter in India, but in India, Old Spice didn't have that youth recognition. So the youth used to think of Old Spice like their dad's aftershave. So the image was that Old Spice is for older people. For that, it decided to make it more relevant compared to brands like Axe, which were like pulling the female population towards the or females towards the male by using Axe. So to remove that notion among the youth people, Old Spice created an ad which implied the masculinity or the real sense of masculinity using the India's first male supermodel Milind Soman.
Good evening. Welcome to my humble home. क्या आपको पता है मैं पहले सोचता था कि मुझे अपनी मर्दानगी दिखाने के लिए अपने बाल जेल करने चाहिए कि अपनी सेक्सी छाती का ख्याल रखना चाहिए फोकस प्लीज लेकिन मैं कितना गलत था तो सवाल ये उठता है जनाब कि असली मर्द बनने के लिए एक मर्द को किसकी जरूरत है क्या आपको चाहिए अनेक पोलो चैंपियनशिप के ट्रॉफीज ब्रेवरी अवार्ड्स के हैट्रिक या प्रिंसिपैलिटी ऑफ मोनाको के प्रिंसिपल एडवाइजरी बोर्ड में मेंबरशिप हम बताते हैं स्वीटहार्ट हेलीकॉप्टर बुलाओ थैंक यू स्वीटहार्ट आपको एक असली मर्द बनना है तो आपको बस जरूरत है ओल्ड स्पाइस की क्योंकि ओल्ड स्पाइस डिओड्रेंट में है प्रोपिलिन ग्लिसरीन और अनेक सोफिस्टिकेटेड और कॉम्प्लिकेटेड अमृत का यूनिक कॉम्बिनेशन जिसे आप बन सकते हैं एक फैंटास्टिक और रिफाइंड मर्द है ना तो आप जो जान चुके हैं असली मर्दानगी का राज जाइए ओल्ड स्पाइस खरीदिए और खुद आजमाइए ओल्ड स्पाइस का कमाल अब मुझे आज्ञा दीजिए चीफ ऑफ इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस एंड वेलबीइंग को मेरी सख्त जरूरत है
So that was the Old Spice ad. Now I'll just explain quickly about the Marlboro's campaign, cultural campaign in Japan. So when Marlboro is a cigarette brand and they entered Japan, and initially like traditionally Marlboro used to use a single cowboy in their ads and they used to convey a rugged masculine image to their users. But in Japan, these kinds of print ad prints didn't work and the sales was going low. So they studied Japanese culture and they realized that people in Japan don't like lone, like single man standing in an ad because it shows that that kind of concept is not quite popular. It is not considered really good in Japan to be a loner or a single man. So that's why they just included more models or more cowboys in their ad in the second ad, and just by that small change, their revenues increased. So that's how the cultural aspects matter in advertising. So now I'll quickly go through an interesting concept of sale is a like love affair. So would you propose a marriage on the first date? So that's creepy, right? So many people do the same with marketing. So first they directly convey their core offer to the customer, which just repels the customer. But mostly attracting the customers, divide your offer or make the changes, offer them in small changes or small increments, because any offer or any for the customer means that you are asking them to make a change, and any change is equivalent to risk for customers. So divide that risk into smaller parts and make it easy for the customer to transition from one change to another change. So that's how you break your core offer and then offer it to customers. Like suppose if you are a web design company, then you can first offer a logo design and then keep on increasing. So for that you have to create a value ladder, which means like you first give a bait, like you first give us a free offer, and then in that free offer should have first some kind of value like Jio did. Then you give an introductory offer which is a low priced offer but provides a little more value. Then you give a lead offer which has even more value and even more pricing, and finally you give a bullseye offer which provides the complete solution. And lastly, you give a loyalty program for the customer. You create a loyalty program for the customer, and that way you also acquire the customer and retain the customer. So that's how the customer goes through a marketing funnel, through engagement, through research, then justification, then finally he purchases that product, then he adopts that product, then he retains he retains that product through getting proper service and becomes satisfied with that product. Finally, you then start cross-selling to the customers. Like suppose you have sold a car, then you start selling accessories to customers. So that is called cross-selling. So customer goes in that cross-selling phase, and finally he goes into an advocacy phase where he is a loyalty program member and he also recommends your brand to other customers. So now, lastly, coming to the course offered by SOM in Marketing Minor. So SOM currently is offering only one course as a minor, which is MG401 of Marketing Management. So it will cover mostly the principles of marketing, the 4 Ps and 5 Cs that I covered today in short. So, and also the sales and demand forecasting, marketing strategies, analysis. So marketing is not just about advertisements or just about playing with people's behavioral aspects. It is also about the data science or analysis and research. So this minor will play a very important role for any person who aims at a career in sales and marketing, and it will give a basic taste of marketing to the person in case he or she wants to adopt MBA in marketing later. So I think I have crossed the 1 hour limit. So I just keep these ads, and I would say just thank you to you all for giving this time. And I would like to conclude it. So just one more thing. Please follow these pages on Instagram and Facebook. We have a Marketrix club of SJM SOM as well as the consulting club is there also. So please follow these pages on Instagram and Facebook for more kinds of ads.
Hi guys. So thank you, Omkar, for the session. The session was really great. Like, students got to learn a lot. So this is the link to join the WhatsApp group. Most of the updates would be put over there. Can you just share the slide for one last minute? Like they can scan the code.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, so these are the Facebook and Instagram pages of Consult Club as well as the Facebook page of Marketrix. So follow these for like more updates and regular updates on the various opportunities we'd be putting. Regarding the Market It competition on ad making, we'd be releasing the problem statement as well as the logistic documents just in a few moments, like on our social media handles. So do check that out, and you'll be given a week to solve that problem statement and come up with a proper advertisement. And we'll be providing you with mentors for that. So don't worry. And if you don't have a team yet, we'll help you build your team. So if you haven't registered yet, it's in the same link, the same Google form link that we shared for this session. Register on that, and we'll be contacting you we'll be having the response and we'll be contacting you for the groups. So look out for that problem statement. We'll be releasing in a short while. And thank you for joining today.